Andy Warhol was born in 1928 in Pennsylvania, USA, to a family of immigrants from a region that is now part of Slovakia. Warhol had a strong bond with his mother, and she occasionally assisted him with his creative project. As a child, Warhol was often sick, which led him to spend a lot of time resting in bed. To lift his spirits, he would read comics and magazines about his favorite characters and film stars. One of his most iconic screen prints features the Hollywood legend Marilyn Monroe. He created numerous versions of her image in a variety of colors, including a well-known piece called Marilyn Diptych. Warhol was fascinated by repetition and how screen printing enabled him to recreate images multiple times. In the 1960s, he emerged as a key figure in the pop art movement, which believed that art should mirror everyday life. This style of art, known as pop art, was considered quite provocative by some during its time. Pop artists created work centered around music, comic strips, television shows, and everyday items like food. Warhol had a deep connection to pop and rock music and formed close friendships with several musicians. He also created artwork for some of their album covers. Warhol produced a vast body of work, often using screen printing to replicate images as a unique approach to painting. He named his workspace The Factory, where he occasionally covered the walls with aluminum foil and wallpaper featuring bold, bright pink cow designs. In addition to painting, he explored photography, sculpture, and filmmaking. Warhol created hundreds of films, often setting up the camera to explore his creative ideas. Early in his career, Warhol created numerous illustrations that were featured in adverts to help companies market their products. After relocating to New York in 1949, he gained popularity as an illustrator specializing in women's footwear. Fascinated by shoes, he produced hundreds of shoe illustrations for various magazines. Warhol became well known for featuring common, recognizable objects in his art, often using iconic brands like Coca-Cola, Brillo, and Campbell's Soup. He enjoyed transforming everyday items, such as cereal boxes or bananas, into works of art. Today, Warhol is regarded as one of the most iconic and influential artists of all time. Sadly, Andy Warhol died in Manhattan at 6:32 a.m. on the 22nd of February, 1987, less than 24 hours after undergoing successful surgery. The artist whose bold ideas shook the art world in the 1960s is still influential and popular decades after his death.